In this episode of the Funny Business Podcast, Matt and I play What's the Word? Do you know what a ribadoquin is? We don't.
And on the flip side, we tell you why Dora the Explorer is an absolute fraud and is really worth going out on Thanksgiving Eve. Mike? Hit the music. Got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lambs, hams, chicken, turkey, you name it. And welcome back to another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. Hello, everyone. We hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Let us be the last people to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you are thankful for something this year. Friends, family, pets, significant others, whatever it may be. Friendship. I think I already said friends. But it's a different word, so it's fine. I'm thankful that we can do another episode of the Funny Business Podcast, along with many other things. Mike, how are you? How are things? What are you thankful for today?
I am thankful that we get to bring another podcast to the coworkers of the funny business world. There's nothing better than bringing such fresh content. Let me tell you, we wish we would have started earlier because we would have brought a hell of an entertainment to start the show. But I am thankful for you. Mm-hmm. I am thankful for Jenna. I am thankful for my family. And most importantly, I'm thankful for better health because, God forbid, today's episode recording is going to be interesting. My neck f***ing hurts to the nth degree. I kinked it by putting on a sock the morning of the recording. So
you're officially an old man.
Yeah, here's my daily, it should say my quarterly report of I'm not old yet, but I act like I'm old because of how much I'm getting hurt just by doing simple tasks, like putting on a sock.
Was there a warning label on the sock that said you may snap neck if you put it on?
May cause injury.
I'm trying to put a spin zone onto this to see how you can profit off this.
Yeah, well, maybe that's a legal liability. Let me see what socks these are, just in case if I... Okay, it's a pretty good chance. It's not the swoosh.
No,
so
all right. Well,
might have a legal claim on top of that, but they're not really invested in a whole lot of socks, but they definitely have socks in their collection. I've been heating it. I iced it this morning, and then I think I'm going to take a nice massage gun to the neck.
That'd be good. Yeah, some icy hot.
Yes, we do. I thought of doing it, but I thought a snack was more important than icy hot. So here we are.
And have you took like Tylenol or Advil or anything?
Yeah, I took an Advil liquid gel and that's about it. So, but I'm thriving. I mean, as I shared before, like I was stiff as a board. I was frozen. But I feel a little bit more mobility. Like I was able to go to work today. Like I should say I was less active than I was usually. Thank goodness we had the week of Thanksgiving and all that. So it really was a short week for the work week. So,
and I think it's another funny business science fact that tryptophan, which is in turkey, acts as like a painkiller.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay.
No, but it does. I
will not comment because I'm not 100% sure on that.
It 100% does not. I just made that
up. So Matt, I thought, it's the holiday season.
That's my favorite Christmas song.
Really?
Yes, love it.
Lovely. So it's the holiday season. We're sitting back, relaxing. We're just enjoying each other's time. Matt, let's play a game we haven't played in a while. It's Random Word Generator, or What's the Word? Such a lovely game. Causes a lot of great debate and causes a lot of great stories that come out of it. I would like to make a certain announcement that was an internal announcement to the company first. Before we shared it externally. So thank goodness. This past weekend, I shared an internal memo that Snoop Dogg gave up smoking. Matt, there was a marketing tactic.
Oh, no.
Yes, it was.
Oh, this was going to be my advice at the end of the show. I didn't even know any of this.
Well, thank God I'm telling you now. So he did a brand deal with Solo Stove. So the announcement made today at the time of this recording, not the time, but the day of this recording, he clarified that he's partnering with a smoke-free fire pit brand, Solo Stove. He's becoming the brand's official spokesman.
So he didn't give up weed?
He did not give up weed.
Oh, well, I'm going to have to pivot when we get to that point in the show.
If you want a bonfire pit a fire pit stand, a Snoop bucket hat, and a Snoop and Solo sticker pack. $350.
That's not terrible. It's really not bad.
It's not.
Now that we all know it's not true, whatever. The amount of people that were like, it's not Snoop Dogg if he's not smoking weed. That's weird. Like, he's still a guy. He's still Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. I mean, that's his brand, unfortunately.
I guess.
So we're going to play What's the Word? I pick a generator, randomwordgenerator.com, and we're going with nouns. Actually, let's throw all, just in case.
Yeah, why not?
Let's change it up.
The letter it, or the word it.
So there's the word type. So there's all, nouns, verbs, adjectives, extended, and non-English. So if you get to a non-English word, that's going to be interesting.
I like it.
As per tradition, Matt, how many clicks is going to be the first word?
April and I have been rewatching Stranger Things. We're going to go with the number 11.
11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Matt, your first word. Oh, get ready for this one.
Oh, no.
Kinship.
Don't know.
Like your kin. Like your kinship.
That doesn't help.
No.
No, I have no idea what that means.
Well,
I'll Google
it. Google. The first word that comes to mind is family.
The quality or state of being kin. I don't know what that means. Kin definition. One's family and relations. I think it's really nice when you get friends that turn into family.
Okay. What a spin.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't know where I was going with it. But it just makes, it gives a better connection between, like, obviously most people have a close relationship with their family, but it's great when you get friendships that turn into another family. It makes your life even that more lovable, if it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes friends are better than family. And I say that in a sense that some friends act better than some family members if you're unfortunately a part of that experience. I
think I saw a stat on the internet that said, scientists said something that, like, if a friendship lasts more than 6 years, it's like 90% guaranteed to last for life.
How long have we been friends for?
A lot longer than 6 years.
Okay, good.
Almost 10.
Really?
Well, college was 2014.
15. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been friends longer than anybody. 10 years.
I don't have any, if any.
Yeah. You know how many friends I have? Not a whole lot.
Correct.
All right, Matt. Next one. Reservoir.
Would you ever jump in a reservoir? Like, if with, like, let's just say like high school, like you're just like hanging out by the reservoir. Like, people have to be stupid to jump into those things.
I was going to say, isn't that illegal in the first place? Jumping into the
Probably,
reservoir?
But people still do it.
I mean, if it was safe, can't say if it was illegal or not, but if it was safe, I would.
Would you ever go skinny dipping in a lake?
I feel like I have.
Go on.
Can't remember it, but I feel like me living up in the sticks, there has at least been a time where I went skinny dipping in a lake.
Interesting. I don't think I could.
Why not?
But what about the bacteria? Too much bacteria in the water.
You're watching too much TikTok for that.
No, lakes. I would like go like in a lake, but I'm not gonna go like balls deep into a lake.
Balls deep. The unit measure of balls.
Yes. How deep are you in that lake? How deep's that lake? Balls deep.
Balls deep. We had this fun time with some of Jenna's cousins' daughters. We took them to a little interactive place this past weekend, and there was a kind of like an educational activity thing where you got like a toy boat, and it had basically like a water obstacle that had a bunch of canals and those reservoirs, so like that you were trying to navigate the boat through while the water was still like moving around. And last time I did that was in second grade, and as soon as we saw that at first, I was like, I remember this place, and I remember this very much so. But yeah, a reservoir. Next word, ballot.
The only thing I think of is an election, and I really don't want to talk about an election.
Next year.
Yeah, that is next year. That's kind of crazy. There's actually a local university to us is hosting a vice president debate.
Really?
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not really looking forward to that whole next year.
Mm-hmm. I think I always hope it is less. And when I say the word violent, I mean just like aggressive. I hope it's less aggressive than the last election cycle, but I do not think that's going to happen at all.
You know, people complain that like Christmas stuff comes out too early, or like people put out Easter decorations too early. Nothing is more early than political campaign ads. Nothing.
I will say, Remember what I've always said, institute a new rule that you can have your political campaign signs out, but you have a week to take that campaign sign down once the election's over.
Yes, correct.
I know that might be violating the First Amendment, but at the same time, let's try to keep the earth clean, shall we?
God.
Yeah.
We're screwed.
Matt, I think we're kind of struggling here with the all section. Actually, let's do non-English.
You don't even know the word, do you?
No. The word is ribadoquin.
Isn't that a medicine?
I have to look it up. Ribadoquin. That's Robitussin. It's a medieval volley gun with many small caliber iron barrels set up parallel on the platform. The use of the 14th through 17th centuries.
Cool, man.
Thumbs up.
I don't know.
I want to do one more, and I don't know if I want to. Calipendius. You know what that is?
No, don't even know what you're saying.
It's not even. It says it's non-English, but all right. Oh, huecos. Huaicos. Do you know that word?
Nope.
What is up with these words? It's a Dean term for the mudslide and flash flood caused by torrential rains occurring high in the mountains, especially during the weather phenomenon known as El Nino.
Could you imagine your house just gets like absolutely crushed by a mudslide?
Nope.
Like, that's wild.
I never want to think of it.
I couldn't imagine. Like, hurricane, sure. Tornado, sure. Flood, sure. Mudslide, I can't even fathom what a mudslide looks like, let alone your house just gets plummeted by it. That's insane.
You know what else terrifies me? A sinkhole.
Yeah. Like, the fear of, like, when it's raining and there's a really big puddle and you're driving. What if I just drive, like, right into the sinkhole?
Well, not even that. Like, just random sinkholes, like at houses. Like, that happens a lot. Like, sinkholes in, like, backyards and whatnot. Like, that's scary as hell.
Yeah, because you're screwed. Like, you might survive, but like if your house goes in a sinkhole, goner.
Let's stick to the nouns because I feel like we're struggling with these what do you call it? This potpourri of words.
We're fine. We're just getting into the rhythm.
We're doing okay.
I don't know why I can't talk to them.
Law, and I have one. We're at a point now where we know people that are either around our age or at our age that are lawyers now.
Yes,
Isn't that crazy?
that's quite crazy, and almost doctors.
Or already doctors.
Yeah, I feel like having a lawyer friend is like really convenient.
Oh yeah, totally.
Not saying you should just be friends with them because they're a lawyer, but if they are a lawyer, you get like free legal advice, which you can use or not use. But if you ever need like an actual lawyer and you're good friends with them, that's kind of sick.
It's kind of like Ted 2 almost.
I didn't see Ted 2.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
They're coming out with a Ted series.
Yes. Okay. I don't know if I could say this. I'll find out later. We had friends over last night and it's going on Peacock.
Yes.
But the friend that was over liked calling it the cock.
Yes, the cock.
The cock.
Yes.
And for some reason, the girlfriend is using her brother's cock.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah. In exchange for Disney Plus.
It's worth it. It's a fair deal.
All right. Next one. Audience.
Audience?
Yes.
You know what's crazy? And I had this thought this weekend, actually.
Okay.
So at like Penn State, and I'm looking at the Penn State sign I have on my desk right now.
You have a Penn State sign?
I do have a Penn State sign. I'm not going to grab it. It's kind of big, but
Yeah.
it's got like the stadium and it's kind of like 3D. You can kind of like see the stadium. When you go to a Penn State game, there's literally over 100,000 people in that stadium. That's insane for a college football. NFL stadiums don't get that high. NBA's arenas and MLB stadiums don't get that much. But like even like the University of Alabama at Tennessee, you're one of 100,000 people there. That's insane.
I have not experienced a Penn State game myself. I understand based on Snapchat stories that it's quite electric. College sports are always slept on because no one understands how awesome it is compared to professional sports. Like, yeah, they're professionals. They're famous people, but you really want a good game. And I've always said this before, like March Madness is nothing better. March Madness is 20 times better compared to the NBA finals.
Correct. And people like, I think we've said this before, like they'll watch the college basketball like, oh, these guys can't shoot, like this is boring. But like none of those guys are going to sniff the NBA. It's a totally different sport. It is a totally different sport, but like the competitiveness is great. The kids care, the fans care, the coaches care. I love college. But college basketball started already this year. I love it. It's the best.
Yes. Next word, permission.
When's the last time you had to get permission from Jenna to do something? Was there ever a time?
Define permission.
It can go in any direction you want to go in.
It's not even really permission. It's more communication.
Right.
Like we'll just take our bros day out, for instance. Like it's just kind of like, hey, like by the way, like Matt's coming up, and we're probably gonna do a live podcast, and we'll probably go for a brewery after. Because I knew she already had plans, but permission. When was the last time I had to?
That's probably a good answer, because like I don't ever want to be like, hey, can I do this? Because that's not really how things should work.
Right. April's hearing this. No, sir.
I'm trying to think. For me too, is probably what the Bros Day we had.
She had better said yes.
Well, of course. Yeah, it wasn't like a question. It was more like, hey, by the way, this is going to happen.
It was more of a statement.
Yeah, a statement. Correct. I don't think you should always have or ever have to like seek permission from a significant other to do something.
Here's a phrase that comes up very often. Would you rather ask for forgiveness or ask for permission?
In a relationship?
No, just generally.
Forgiveness. Because you might be able to do something really cool and be like, all right, maybe I shouldn't have done that, but the experience was kind of cool.
I agree with you. All right, next one. Conversation.
What's the weirdest conversation you've had in the last like week?
I was actually gonna bring up a comment that I'm getting sick and tired of small talk now.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We were talking about rights when it comes to public photography.
Okay.
It was the weirdest question because I think all of us knew the guidelines, but yet it was still being discussed amongst each other. Like the fact that we all knew our rights as a photographer in the public, but yet we were discussing about what we should and we shouldn't do. And it was like, we've already established we know our rights. So like, and we already know our courtesies.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Like, it was a conversation that like just should not have happened, but it happened.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. I wouldn't say mine's like a weird conversation, but Mike, would you ever think you would have something at work that you had to call the chief of police office?
Did that happen to you?
It did, for good reasons.
Okay.
But that happened. I was like, wow, that was not on my bucket list today.
Was it threatening or was it just a
request? It was a request. It was a good
request.
Thing.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, good. I met with somebody who is not at chief of police level, but was certainly at a level of a head of police, and I had yet to meet him, and I introduced myself because we were both walking to the same location, and he goes, "Oh," he's like, "Nice to meet you," and I'm like, "Oh," he's like, "Well, no," he's like, "Oh, so you're that guy," and I said, "Yes, I'm that guy," and I said we small talk, had some decent conversation, and then we left. And I said, "Very nice meeting you." He's like, "Well, it was nice meeting you, not in handcuffs." I was like, "Yeah, that's pretty true." So yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I can say I'm good with small talk, but I think after a while, small talk becomes extraneous, and it becomes just, unfortunately, just sad sometimes, because that's as far as you can go with some people is small talk.
Yeah, I'm not great with small talk.
Yeah,
it's awkward.
Lovely weather we're having, aren't we? Okay, we'll do two more. Guitar.
Did you ever play the guitar?
I played the Power Tour electric guitar. I think I mentioned it on the podcast. That's as much as I went.
Did you know how to play anything?
On the Power Tour electric guitar?
Yeah.
Smoke in the Water.
Yep.
Wild Thing.
Oh,
what else was on there? Can't remember it.
I had an acoustic guitar when I was not little, but as a kid, because I thought I wanted to learn how to play the guitar. Yeah. And the only thing I learned how to play was Smoke in the Water. Dun, 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 dun.
Someone has shared information with me that somebody's fun fact is that they like playing the guitar. Oh. Actually, no, they know how to play the guitar. I think we know that individual because we're very close to them.
Yes.
So.
Yes. What a guy.
All right. One more. And Matt, as per tradition, how many letters for this last word?
5.
5. Okay. The last word, bonus. Did you ever get a bonus chicken nugget when it comes to a fast food restaurant?
Bonus food at fast food restaurants. The best is like you'll get a French fry. I order some French fries and you get an onion ring.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's the best.
I will say this is not a bonus, but I guess a bonus in like, let's just say presentation. It's happened many years ago. I think it was in 8th or 9th grade. And we had it was part of a church group, and we went to McDonald's. We were going bowling, but we went to McDonald's first. My burger, I had my fries. I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a 10-piece chicken nugget. So I walk up and I ask for a 10-piece chicken nugget. They hand it to me. I walk back. I open it up, Matt, 5 and 5. They're all lined up in a row, perfectly aligned.
That's awesome.
That's a bonus.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Today at work, I had a pack of like a little mini pack, like an individual size pack of Sour Patch watermelon. Yeah, love. That's my favorite right now. However, it was a special pack because it was 2 packs, but they were fused into one.
Okay.
Like the packaging was connected.
Oh.
So when I opened it, there was like 9 like pieces in there. Okay. So in my head, I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. Like I got 9 pieces in this one package, but it's technically 2 packages like fused together. But in my head, I'm like, I got bonus Sour Patch Kids.
Nice.
Yeah.
Those watermelon Sour Patch Kids are pretty good.
They're so good.
They're so good.
I love them so much.
Well, thank you all so much for tuning in to Random Word Generator, or What's the Word? Hopefully it's a nice little bonus to your day.
We wanted to share something that has become essential to those days after a long, exhausting night: Liquid IV's Hydration Multiplier.
It's amazing how huge a difference it makes. Liquid IV helps us feel more energized and refreshed throughout the day. With 1 stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and a 2 times faster hydration formula than plain water.
We both love the flavors. Yuzu pineapple and passion fruit are our top picks. They make staying hydrated a truly enjoyable experience.
What's even better is that Liquid IV is committed to giving back to communities in need worldwide by providing clean and abundant water. They've already donated over 39 servings in 50 plus countries around the world.
And we have a special treat if you want to try Liquid IV. Head over to liquidiv.com and use the code FUNNYBUSINESS at checkout to get a 20% discount on your entire purchase.
So shop better hydration today with promo code FUNNYBUSINESS. All one word, FUNNYBUSINESS at liquidiv.com at checkout.
Remember to stay hydrated and healthy and give Liquid IV a try. It's worth it. And we will slide on into the second half of the show. Let's start with some dude. That's f***ing crazy. Mike, I will go first.
Okay.
My second one is hysterical.
Mind-blowing.
It's not mind-blowing. It's very funny. Okay, so if someone is funny in your dreams, right? Let's say you're having a dream and I say something in your dream that's funny. Is it them or you who was funny?
Dude, that's crazy. I will say, I think it is an ode to both, because you as the individual first had, let's just use that example. So I had it in my dream that you would be in the dream, but I also had it in my dream that you would be funny. But I also know from experiences and from those certain things that you are funny.
Yeah, but can't you sometimes have a dream and the person's opposite to what they are?
Sometimes.
So then it is you who are funny.
But like, I feel like you still, in a moral sense, a moral compass, that you had this person in the dream because you intentionally had them. But then, I don't know. I
like where you're going.
That's a stumper, you know?
I like where you're going with it. It's an interesting theory.
Like, if you were in my dream and you said something funny, I'd be like, oh yeah, like that's Matt. Now, if you were trying to kill me, I'd be like, well, that's definitely not Matt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting theory. I like it. That is a stumper.
Well, it's so funny because I have a segue for this next one.
I'm Batman.
Matt, so you're dreaming, right?
Yes.
What happens after you dream?
You wake up.
You wake up.
Mm-hmm.
Probably wake up to a nice alarm clock, right?
Most of the time.
Something weird to put in perspective. Millions of people wake up at the same second from using their cell phone as an alarm clock.
Oh, wow. Dude, that's crazy. Holy crap. That's actually wild. How have we never thought about that before?
I get it, because like if you're in the same time zone, but then there might be like a couple, 2, 3 that are in the West Coast time that wake up the same time that you do.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably people that wake up at like 9 a.m. on the East Coast that people wake up at like 6 a.m. in California.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
How many collective people do you think go at the same time every morning?
Yeah. Damn climate change where we are exhaling and that's what's causing the ozone layer to disperse.
Damn it, Bernice, hit the snooze button.
Well, let's actually pull up like statistics here. Okay. So this is from this is a good news source, Gallup. Gallup is a good news source. Hang on. Go ahead. Your thoughts.
I'm trying to become a morning person.
You're trying to go. Did you make it to the gym today?
We did go to the gym today.
Oh, good.
We did. Yes, we've been pretty good. Last week we may have missed like one or two.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still kicking.
2007 Gallup poll reveals that a majority of Americans consider the morning, particularly at 10 a.m., as their personal best time of day, while other individuals or those with higher income households are more likely to identify as morning people, while younger adults and those in lower income households show a preference for evening or late at night.
It is crazy since we've been waking up going to the gym, how much more awake I feel at like 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Do you like just work? Do you work certain body parts during that morning, or do you have like a certain
Like at
regimen?
the gym? Do rotation. One day we'll do like back and arms. Next day's like core. Next day's like legs, lower body stuff. So I kind of do like a rotation.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Did a nice 10-minute ab workout today.
I will say we are in the minority for people waking up that go, ugh.
Probably. Yeah.
So.
Probably. All right. This next one's really going to make you think about your childhood, but also exposes a certain person as a fraud.
Who is this?
Mike, if Dora is an explorer, why does she only visit mapped areas?
Dora. That's crazy.
Fraud.
Really?
Yep. Because like, if you can't call yourself Dora the Explorer and then only follow a map, like what is that?
And like here's an interest. Okay, I'm gonna ruin childhood just a little bit more here. If Dora, if I remember correctly, because I have not watched that show in a very long time, if she is on a journey, on a mission to certain places that she's never been to before, why does she act like she's never been to the place before when it's all mapped out?
That's also a good point. Yeah. She's even more of a fraud.
I shouldn't say mapped out in the sense like she hasn't been there before, but you know, we hear all the time as far as like these are the best abandoned places to visit, or these are the best places to visit during Christmas. Like the fact that she thinks like this is the first time that she's here, like didn't you look at like the Yelp reviews or like Google but no, you got to use the map.
And also, you know, just really diving deep into Dora. If she's so much of an explorer and like you said, she kind of knows like the ways, or she has the map, how could she never tell when Swiper is going? It's always like, oh my gosh, where did you come from? I don't know. Maybe like look in the woods, look in the bush to your right. There he is, Dora. Open your eyes. Fraud.
What a fraud. Title of the episode: Dora the Explorer is a fraud. That is the title of the episode. People are going to tune in and be like, how old are these guys?
Oh, I love it so much.
That was great, Matt.
Thank you.
All right. My last one. This can't even compare to what you just mentioned. Microwaves. All right. You have one?
I just used one before we recorded.
What were you piping up?
Mac and cheese cup.
Piping up. Pipe it up. How many buttons are on your microwave?
I'm going to say like 15.
15?
Nah, 18.
All right. Most microwaves go their entire lifetime without having all their buttons pushed.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. Because like I don't ever push like the vegetable button,
right,
or like the popcorn button. Well, maybe people push the popcorn, or like the defrost meat button. I don't really press that. That's true. That's a good point.
And there's probably sub menus within the buttons itself, so you probably don't press it enough to even get deeper into the menu.
Yeah. And also think about how many times do you press like the number 9 on your microwave?
That's a very good point.
Like you're not going to microwave it for like 9 seconds, or like 9 minutes, 49 seconds. No one's going to do that.
And then even so too, some people, like we have a microwave that gives a minute. Like if you press start, it gives a minute and it automatically starts. Press another one, it gives it another minute. Some people even just have like a 30-second timer and they just press 30 seconds without having to type 30.
That's crazy. And now we will end the show with some check the ratings. Since it is Thanksgiving week, We'll be doing Thanksgiving. Check the ratings. However, there's no food because we've talked about food probably every year we've done Thanksgiving.
I was like, are we talking about food again?
No, I think we've done that the past 3 years in a row.
Yep.
So this is a Thanksgiving edition of Check the Ratings of common things people do on Thanksgiving.
Okay. Oh, I like this. I'm ready.
I'm going to get rid of small talk because we kind of already talked about that.
Okay.
So first one, having a family football game in the backyard.
A family football game.
Yep.
I'm going to go with underrated.
Okay.
Reason being is that there are a lot of people that are in the family, which I get it. If you are the young at heart or you are like a fine wine, you age better as you are older. Some people are just too afraid to like just try it. Like Thanksgiving is all about getting together with the fam. Why not just tussle a little and maybe a 2-hand touch type of deal, or make a modified football game. But I'm also thinking too, depending on where you're at, it could be cold outside.
Yeah, I'm going to say overrated. Here's the thing. What's great about Thanksgiving is we get to be fat and it's okay. We get to eat a lot of turkey.
To be fat.
Well, yes, but especially on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
You get to eat a lot of turkey, a lot of stuffing, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, corn, croissants. Too much risk of injury in the family football game. And then I feel like it just puts a damper on Thanksgiving. And you can't really like, yes, you can be physically active, but you can be physically active like Friday. Everybody has off on Friday. Have a family football game on Friday. Next up, going to the local high school football game Thanksgiving morning.
Overrated.
I agree as well. It's just not worth it.
Watch it on TV.
Also, like, now, I think it's different if you have like a kid on the team or if you know someone on the team or you played on the team and you're an alumni. If I go to my local high school Thanksgiving game, I don't know who I'm watching. I don't care. I have no interest. Next one, watching the NFL all day on Thanksgiving.
I'm going to go properly rated.
Why?
I think just simply, I don't know. There's sometimes there are preferences within the family. There are sometimes when like people just simply watch the Cowboys, and who wants to watch the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day? I think there's more of a preference. Everybody's like, turn the channel back onto the Cowboys. It's like, no, let me watch something different. Also, the NBA plays on Thanksgiving too, which is also another contender.
No, they don't.
I thought they did.
Nope, that's Christmas.
I could have sworn they did on Thanksgiving as well.
Nope. There's college football, college basketball, no NBA.
Okay, that's probably where I'm getting it mixed up.
I'm gonna say underrated. No, obviously I watch more football than you do. I'm gonna say underrated because it gives a common talking point between family members. Like it's small talk, but it's better than small talk. You'd be like, oh, like the Lions are 8-2 this year. That's crazy. Good for them. Like that's just kind of, guess it's an easy thing to talk about on Thanksgiving. Next up, going out on Thanksgiving Eve. I'm going to say overrated.
I'm going to say, I'm going to agree with you. Overrated. I will say I don't mind it, but I've only done it in the instances where I've not been in the hometown that I've been in. Mm-hmm. In most cases, I have either been at home in my hometown or I have been out of my hometown. So I don't know what expense there is with high school reunions and being in your hometown, but I can't say I've experienced that.
Yeah, I've never done it myself. It just doesn't seem super appealing. I feel like it's just gossip between everybody. Like, oh, look at that guy. Yeah, he does drugs now. Oh man, oh no.
God, that's your area?
Probably. But like keep in touch with the people you want to keep in touch in, and then if you're all home for Thanksgiving, go to someone's house. Like just be with the people you like. There's no need to communicate with people that you're just never gonna want to see ever again. All right, next one. Everybody's favorite, talking politics at the dinner table.
Underrated. I have yet to experience that at the family Thanksgiving on both sides, on both Jenna's family and my side of the family. So I have yet to.
You're lucky. So what are you going with? Rated? Overrated?
I'm going to go with overrated because why? What's the point of discussing politics for family?
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. You're not going to change anyone's opinions, and it's just going to make Thanksgiving a lot more awkward. And then you could end up like that viral video of that kid who just like flips the whole dinner table, and then everybody's just, their day's ruined, family's ruined, relationships are ruined. It's not worth it.
Daryl, I'm not giving you the mashed potatoes unless you vote Democrat.
Yes. Oh man, Linda, your stuffing sucked, just like your political opinions. Another thing that I've never done, going for a cousin walk.
A cousin walk?
Yes.
Is this the same as silent walking?
No, like when your cousin, when you and your cousin go for a walk on Thanksgiving.
I have to say I am, it is, I can't even feel like I have I'm present. That's my vote. I have too many cousins, Matt, to go for a cousin walk.
You don't know what I'm talking about.
What is that?
So when you go for a walk with your cousins, and again, I've never done this because I don't smoke, you go out and smoke some weed and you come back to the table. It's very common.
Where did you hear this from?
This is very common.
Is it common with your family?
No, it's
How
very
did you
common
find
in
out
the world.
about it?
The internet. Everybody talks about going for a walk with your cousins on Thanksgiving.
I don't remember that. Okay.
Absolutely.
Mom, take me home. I'm scared.
I will say rated because I've never done it. But people enjoy it.
Okay.
Taking a nap.
Oh, I do that. Anyway, I'm gonna say rated, but
I do that.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna say rated?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. Because I want to say overrated, but then I always end up doing it, and you just feel really good. Like you wake up in the third quarter of the Cowboys game, or like the fourth quarter of the Cowboys game. It's like, oh wow, that was cool. Next up, having a separate kids table.
I'm going to say overrated. It's very hard to put it in perspective because there are some families that have hundreds of cousins, and then there are some families that don't. Obviously, my side of the family is much larger than Jenna's, and I do like when we have Thanksgiving at Jenna's because everyone is able to fit in one table. Whereas my parents' Thanksgiving is there are 3 rooms that fill up people because we just do not have enough room for all of us to sit at the table because of how many cousins, and then the cousins have kids, and then all the aunts and uncles and their significant others. This is crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say overrated as well. Just because, like, even if the kids are like 10, like I'd still want to like interact with them. Like I don't want to separate them. Like right. That's part of Thanksgiving is spending time with family, old and young. So next up, asking young adults about when they're getting a girlfriend or / a boyfriend.
Frogs and chickens. Overrated.
Correct. It just makes everything awkward.
Matt, let's workshop this.
Yes.
Let's workshop this for our coworkers.
Yep, absolutely.
Somebody gets asked, hey, when are you getting married? Or, hey, when are you getting a girlfriend? When are you getting a boyfriend? Depending on how you flip. Or if you like both, that's okay. What's the best comeback?
Well, if it's your uncle, I'd be like, I don't know, when you're getting your third wife.
That's where my mind was going, but I wasn't going to take it.
You can't respond to that in a good way.
Yeah.
It's just there's no good way to do it.
I would say if somebody's asked when are you getting married, my exact response would be like, oh, you're helping pay for it?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
The boyfriend, girlfriend, I don't know. It's all hoo-ha.
It's just look at that guy. He doesn't have a relationship. Let's make fun of him. Like what? But to go along with that, asking the newlyweds when they're having a baby.
That's overrated.
See, I want to say that one's rated.
No, it's not.
I think it is.
Nope.
I think it is.
Okay.
The only reason why, now obviously there's some scenarios where like people are trying and can't have one.
Exactly. Overrated.
Right. However, if they're like freshly newlyweds, it's just kind of like a little joke to go along with it, and they can just like brush it off. If they've been married for like 4 years and still don't have a kid, not a good time to bring it up. Mm-hmm. If they're married like within the year, maybe it's still kind of funny where it's like, oh, haha, we just got married. Like, that's why I'm going to say rated. Next, getting dressed up for dinner.
I'm going to say underrated. Oh, sorry. Overrated.
That's what I'm going to say too.
I'm okay with like a nice casual, like got a nice shirt, you wearing jeans, or you like, I see so many people dress up, and I don't know. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to fit that 5 check. I love dressing up, but like when you're gobbling down enormous amounts of food, like I'm not 100% sure if that suit is going to still fit after the fact. But regardless, you just want to be comfortable. You can't nap in a suit. That's another thing.
Yeah. Like, what's the point of getting dressed up? Where are you going? You're going to see your family. It's not like you're going out to a restaurant. You're going to someone's house to eat a lot of food. Like, just like you said, a casual nice is perfect. Right. Like jeans and a nice sweater, perfect. I never understood like why people get like super dressed up like just for Thanksgiving. Like what's it's not like it's a widely special or like the paparazzi's going to be there. You're going to see your Aunt Jane.
I have a feeling because sometimes with Thanksgivings, like people are taking it a little bit more seriously and like capturing moments of like their elder family members and like getting nice pictures with them instead of like, oh, I'm in a sweatshirt. Like I see that perspective, but at the same time, like you could still pull that off with casual nice.
We have 3 more.
Woo!
The turkey wishbone.
I'm going to say underrated.
I agree.
I loved doing that as a kid.
We used to do that all the time, even like when my mom would just make like turkey like throughout the year. It's just fun. And it's a little competition. Like if you win, you feel like the strongest person in the world. Like it's just a fun thing to do.
How do you do it with your family back in the day?
Well, so on Thanksgiving, we wouldn't really do it unless my mom was making the turkey. It would just be me and my brother. You put your pinky and you just pull.
So that I guess that kind of defeats the purpose of my question because I have a bunch of cousins. And it's like who gets put up against who and who pulls the bone, you know?
How'd you guys do it?
Whoever was in the kitchen, I got the wishbone, who wants to pull the wishbone? Whoever had, it was more first come, first serve, so.
It's always the best. Traveling.
I'm going to say properly rated because that's, you gotta have the effort to travel if you want to spend time Thanksgiving.
I heard on the news that the airlines were saying this travel week it was going to be like the worst ever, and they're telling people like if you think you know how bad traveling for Thanksgiving is or the airports, think again. This year's going to be even worse.
Wow.
So if you're stuck at the airport listening to this show, thank you.
Godspeed.
And finally, a turkey trot in the morning.
I'm going to counter it with back in the day a turkey tip-off.
What is a turkey tip-off?
You've never had a turkey tip-off before?
Never heard of a turkey tip-off.
It was very much so tradition because basketball was just starting. So it'd always be the basketball team, both boys and girls basketball teams versus the faculty and staff of the school. And like it would be that half day before you have Thanksgiving. And it would just be this like crazy atmosphere because it is literally the whole school that is there cheering you on. But a turkey trot, man, I haven't done it, but I get the point of it. I will say rated.
I'm going to say overrated. Thanksgiving is not a day for exercise. It's just not.
It's a day of rest.
It's a day of rest, food, family, wine, beer, football, watching other people play football. Criticizing football players while you're 6 beers deep after 2 plates of Thanksgiving turkey, stuffing, and mashed potatoes. Be like, I could have made that catch in my sleep.
As you're falling asleep.
So I will say overrated.
Okay.
And that is all I have.
Wow. What a good say. Matt, I agree with you. That was fun.
It was fun. Thank you.
Matt shared a little bit before. He's like, I'm so excited for check the ratings. I'm like, go for it. And you did not disappoint.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
If you're speaking of disappointment, if you're looking for some mild content, head over to our solo.to/funnybusiness. Get to see all of our social media clips, all of our clips, links, directs to live streams, YouTube's, listening platforms. Maybe it's your first time here and you're like, hey, these guys are cool. Let me find out more. Perfect opportunity to do that. Matt is wearing a sweatshirt. There's also some merchandise available for you to pick up. Solo.to/funnybusiness. Mr. Matthew.
Yes.
What is your advice for the good people of the funny business world?
If you're going out Black Friday shopping, if you're listening to this, don't be that person that makes a scene. That present is not worth it. There's plenty of time to get things for Christmas. Yeah, just don't be an asshole on Black Friday shopping. I also just remembered right now, I wanted to put on Check the Ratings going out Thanksgiving night for Black Friday.
Underrated.
Overrated.
Sorry. I'm getting him so confused. Overrated.
I was like, underrated. Yeah, that's the worst. Just enjoy Thanksgiving. Wake up at 3 a.m.
But like you're having people work on a holiday too, on top of that.
Yes, that's true.
So
I actually think stores should go back to the way it was and open at like 5 a.m. on Friday.
Some stores are actually closing Thanksgiving Day, which I'm very happy with those executives who have done to do that. So
correct. That's good. Yes, but don't cause a scene for a Christmas present. It's not worth it.
Not at all. Well, Matt, I'm thankful for you, buddy.
I am thankful for you as well.
And we are thankful for all of our listeners here for the Funny Business Podcast. And to all those, until the next time, We'll see you all in the next episode.
Stay safe, everyone.